What if I told you a simple 1962 D penny sitting in your drawer could be worth far more than 1 cent? Yes, I'm talking about the 1962 D Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people have touched, spent, ignored. But here's the twist. Some rare, high-grade versions of this ordinary-looking penny have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions, and most people don't even know why. The 1962 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint. That's why you see the small d under the date. Millions were produced. So at first glance, it looks completely common. But in coin collecting, common doesn't always mean worthless, because condition is everything. If you happen to own a 1962 D penny in near-perfect mint state, especially with bright red original luster, its value can shock you. Collectors pay serious money for coins graded MS 66 or MS 67 red by professional grading services. Why? Because surviving examples in flawless condition are extremely rare. Think about it. Most pennies from 1962 were used in daily transactions. They were dropped, scratched, stacked, stored in jars. Over decades, they lost their shine. Finding one that looks like it was minted yesterday? That's rare. And rarity creates demand. And demand creates money. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Some 1962 D pennies also show striking errors, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or strong doubling effects. When collectors spot clear doubling in letters like Liberty or the date, prices can jump significantly. Even small mint errors can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's prize. But wait, here's the part most people miss. Color matters. If your penny is dark brown, it's usually worth only a small premium. But if it still has that bright original red copper shine, that's where the real money begins. Red pennies in top condition are the ones that reach eye-catching auction prices. Imagine this scenario. You're sorting through an old coin jar. You see a shiny 1962 D penny. It looks different, cleaner, brighter. Instead of spending it, you get it graded. And suddenly, that 1 cent coin becomes worth hundreds, maybe even over $1,000 depending on condition and demand. That's the power of condition rarity. Not every 1962 D penny is valuable, but the right one, it can surprise you. And here's the truth. People overlook pennies every single day. They focus on silver coins. They chase gold. They ignore copper. But smart collectors know. Sometimes the smallest coin hides the biggest opportunity. So what should you do right now? Go check your change. Look at your old jars. Check inherited coin collections. Look for a clear 1962 D mint mark. Strong, sharp details. No scratches or heavy wear. Bright red original luster. Possible doubling or strike errors. And remember, never clean your coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly. The 1962 D penny may not make everyone rich, but for the lucky few who own a high-grade example, it could turn 1 cent into something unforgettable. So before you ignore another penny, take a closer look, because sometimes wealth hides in the smallest places. Coin number 2. Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a simple penny, only to discover it could be worth nearly $19,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But the 1972 Abraham Lincoln penny has shocked collectors for decades. This is not just an ordinary 1 cent coin. It's a piece of American history that, under the right condition and with the right error, can turn into a treasure. The coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a symbol of strength and legacy. While millions were produced, a small number carry rare characteristics that make collectors compete fiercely to own them. And when rarity meets demand, prices can explode. The 1972 penny was minted during a time when the United States was going through economic and social change. Produced primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, many of these coins entered circulation like any other ordinary cent. At first glance, they look completely normal. But hidden among the millions is a dramatic minting mistake known as the double die obverse. This error causes a lettering and date on the front of the coin to appear clearly doubled, not slightly blurry, but boldly and unmistakably doubled. Words like liberty and in God we trust may appear with a shadow-like duplication. That doubling effect is what transforms an everyday coin into a collector's dream. What makes this error so powerful is how it happened. During the minting process, the die used to stamp the design shifted slightly, creating a second impression at a different angle. Once that flawed die was used to produce coins, every piece struck from it carried the same dramatic doubling. Because only a limited number were made before the mistake was corrected, these coins instantly became rare. And rarity is everything in the world of coin collecting. A strong, clearly double example in excellent condition can reach values around $19,000 at major auctions. Lower grade examples still sell for impressive amounts. But pristine coins are where fortunes are made. Condition plays a massive role in value. A heavily worn 1972 penny with minor doubling may only be worth a few $100s. But if the coin was preserved carefully, showing sharp details, bright luster, and minimal contact marks, the price climbs fast. Collectors pay premiums for coins graded in mint state condition because they represent history frozen in time. The difference between average and exceptional can mean thousands of dollars. That's why experts always recommend examining coins carefully before spending them. One small detail can change everything. Another reason the 1972 double die penny is so desirable is visibility. Unlike some rare errors that require magnification to notice, this one can often be seen with the naked eye. That makes it exciting and accessible for everyday people. You don't need expensive equipment to spot the bold doubling if it's authentic. This has fueled stories of ordinary individuals discovering valuable coins in pocket change, old jars, or inherited collections. It creates hope, the thrilling possibility that hidden wealth could be sitting unnoticed in your home. However, not every 1972 penny is valuable. Millions were produced without errors, and those are generally worth only 1 cent unless in exceptional uncirculated condition. The true treasure lies specifically in the strong double die variety. Because of its popularity, many altered or machine double coins circulate in the market. That's why authentication is crucial. Professional grading services evaluate the coin's authenticity and condition, sealing it in protective holders that confirm its status. A certified high-grade double die example is where those jaw-dropping prices come into play. The power of this coin is not just about money. It's about history, mystery, and timing. Think about it. A small mechanical misalignment in 1972 created a ripple effect that still excites collectors more than 50 years later. The coin connects modern collectors to the era it was made, carrying the image of Abraham Lincoln and the American spirit. Coins like this remind us that value is often hidden in plain sight. What looks ordinary today could become extraordinary tomorrow. So before you dismiss that old penny, take a closer look. Examine the date. Study the word liberty. Look carefully at "In God We Trust." If you see strong, dramatic doubling, you might be holding something special. A coin worth far more than 1 cent. A coin that is sold for thousands. While not every 1972 Lincoln penny will make you rich overnight, the rare double die version truly has the potential to change someone's financial story. And that possibility, that spark of hidden fortune, is what keeps collectors searching every single day. Coin number 3. When people hear about rare pennies, most of them laugh until they discover that one small copper coin sitting quietly in a drawer could be worth thousands even life-changing money. Today we're talking about the 1974 Abraham Lincoln Liberty Penny, and I'm not joking with you. I'm not exaggerating. Some collectors are willing to pay serious cash for the right example of this coin. So before you skip this video, before you say it's just a penny, ask yourself one question. What if this is a coin that changes everything for you? The 1974 Lincoln penny features the legendary President Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design originally created by Victor David Brenner. On the back, depending on the version, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial. Most of these coins were struck in copper alloy and weigh about 3.11 grams. That weight is extremely important. Why? Because in the early 1970s, copper prices were rising sharply in the United States, and there were experiments and discussions about changing metal compositions. That period created confusion, variations, and in rare cases, unusual transitional or error pieces that collectors hunt aggressively today. Now let's be clear. A regular 1974 penny in circulated condition is usually worth only face value. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about rare high-grade examples, special mint state coins, and possible error varieties. Coins graded MS 66, MS 67, or with strong red luster have sold for thousands of dollars at major auctions. And if you think $14,000 sounds crazy, think again. In top condition with the right grading certification, certain examples have crossed into five-figure territory. That's not fantasy. That's the power of condition, rarity, and demand in the coin market. And here's where the suspense begins. In 1974, there were experimental aluminum cents produced by the United States Mint. Most were never officially released to the public and were later recalled. But the story of the 1974 aluminum Lincoln cent has become one of the most mysterious chapters in American coin history. Only a tiny number are believed to exist. If an authentic example ever legally surfaced in private hands, experts believe its value could reach into the millions of dollars. Yes, millions. And I am not making this up. That's how powerful a rare transitional coin can be. So, how do you know if your 1974 penny is special? First, check the weight. If it weighs around 3.11 grams, it's the standard copper version. If it weighs significantly less, around 0.93 grams, that could indicate aluminum, but be careful. Many aluminum pieces are government property and have complex legal status. Second, look for mint errors, double die lettering, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clip planchets, or unusual color tones. Error coins can multiply value fast. A dramatic mint error can turn a 1-cent coin into a 4-figure collectible overnight. Let's talk about value honestly. Can a normal 1974 Lincoln penny make you a millionaire overnight? Realistically, that would require an ultra-rare error or unique prototype like the aluminum cent. But can it be worth $14,000 or more in exceptional condition? Yes, especially if it's graded by a respected service and has outstanding eye appeal. The coin market is driven by supply and demand. When supply is tiny and collectors compete, prices explode. That's why auctions sometimes shock people. A coin that looks ordinary to one person can look like treasure to a serious collector. If you believe you have something special, don't rush to sell it cheaply. Don't listen to random online comments telling you it's worthless. Get it weighed accurately. Consider professional grading. If certified, you can explore selling through major coin auctions, reputable coin dealers, or platforms like eBay where certified coins often attract strong bids. Some collectors even network through coin communities and collector groups. But remember, hype without proof won't bring big money. Authentication is everything. And let me leave you with this thought. People throw away pennies. They ignore them. They leave them in jars for years. But history has shown us again and again that small coins can carry big surprises. The The 1974 Lincoln penny might look simple, but under the right circumstances, the right condition, the right error, the right buyer, it can become powerful. So instead of being confused, instead of doubting, check your change carefully, because the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars might just be knowledge. And the next time you see a 1974 Lincoln penny, you won't see 1 cent. You'll see possibility.